Drake just a talent. He's a monster in his own room. He's a monster in the building. I had talks with Drake about these days, and now it's becoming reality. You just got to sit back and let him do his thing. I knew Drake would be successful. But like I say, till you experience it, you don't really know what it is. We knew he would be successful, but to me, every day of his life is not an experience of life, because he talked about this shit and he turned it to reality, and he never lived life like he living it. Entire life. He come from from the trap, from the slums. He never had a sweet life. Now he making a hell of a life for himself. So for him, I have to say that he's really on a high horse to be living life like this, because every day of his life is an experience of life that he never experienced. He got so many songs. He a workaholic though, bro. You hear me? Drake kept this shit alive for the last 4 or 5 years consistently. And you know, Nicki do her thing also. But he's been the most consistent Young Money, Cash Money artist. The second part starts as we enter the music business and the hot boy era started. The Bling Bling dynasty, which was 10 years up until the Carter 3 doing 1 million copies the first week. That's where part 2 stopped at. And it's just about us just being young and all them youngsters, and we traveling all over the world, having the whole project with us, 200-300 people. We might be on one bus with 100 people. So, you know, part 2 just speaks on that whole era. It's just a part 3. It's a part 3 that's our life after the Carter 3, up until all the confusion and all the tug of war going on right now, and it's still writing itself, which I haven't started on part 3, but I definitely have part 2 already done. I've always been a man of being very appreciative with any blessing that I have, so all the moments are the same. One, you know, being independent was a great struggle, a great learning experience, but probably when I first signed my first deal with Universal, because I done did maybe 5, 6 since then. But my first deal was for $30 million. And just being a young man from New Orleans with $30 million, that's some weird shit. Just coming out of jail and being in a boys' home, all that shit felt like it wasn't real. Back then, I used to try to have a lot of cars. Now I would have one car that cost the same amount as a lot of cars. You understand me? So I would have a Bugatti that cost me $2 million versus trying to buy $1 million. Because I wanted 300. I wanted to be able to, one of my dreams was to be able to change a car every day of my life. I used to change 2-3 cars a day just because we never had nothing. I was infatuated with that shit. So, but once I realized they don't make that many cars, I had to just sacrifice for what I have. And as I got older, I realized that it don't make sense to have all that shit. I could just give me one vehicle, because I'm not going to never stop being a stunner. That's just me. I'm going to die that way. And I always like to have nice things. That's just a part of the culture with me. We put in the most work. We did the most. We're a monster in a race by ourselves. I don't see no one living that going to be able to accomplish what we accomplished. The person that might could do what we doing, he ain't living yet, because my peers ain't going to do it. They ain't got it. They ain't built for that. Numbers don't lie. This shit facts. So at the end of the day, we just hard body with it. Just ground hard work for it. Ain't nothing was gave to us. We had to go get it. Simple.